I'm very excited about this week's deck. This is the Curious Oracle from Holly DeFount, who is the creator of the Incidental Tarot, which I also have, which I absolutely adore. So here's the little description that she gives, a little letter. 49 card oracle divided into 7 suits or sets. And here we have, I guess, an extra card, Evening Star from Inspiration. And that looks like the back of the Incidental Tarot. So yes, that's a little Incidental Tarot promo material. And that's the invoice. Okay, so let's dive into the actual box. It's, as you can see, quite small. These are, I guess they're Lenormand size, really. I got out this is the Incidental Tarot, so you can see that this is tiny in comparison. And let's break into the box. So inside we have a curious oracle, being a most curious collection of artifacts, symbolic and divinatory in nature, pieced together from one artist's imaginatory musings. This pictorial key may be utilized as both a mystical and pragmatic tool for gaining insight to questions and enlivening topics of discussion. And it's a limited second edition printing, so that's lovely. Let's see what this is. The little guidance sheet. That's A4 size. It defines what the different sets are: body, motion, intuition, heart, mind, blessings, and spirit. And then we have 7 steps in each of those. So that's manifest, relationship, growth, structure, not sure what that is, healing, and epiphany. And let's look at the actual cards themselves. So let's have a look at the cards. I'm not sure that I'll be following the structure that Holly suggests. I think I'm more likely to use these just as a straight up oracle and read them intuitively. But it is interesting to know that there is a structure behind them. So in the set of body, we have lotus fire, honeybee, lily, tree, broken wing, Mercury rising, subtitled medicine, and phoenix rebirth. In set 2 of motion, we have anchor with stability, mudra for expression, the gull for the journey, the sword for triumph, the arch for passages, wings for escape, and Ouroboros for eternity. In the set of intuition, we have the crescent moon, intuition itself, the owl, which is a messenger, twilight, a veil, compass rose, direction, the crypt, slumber, ether, dreamscape, that's it. I'm finding the S's a little hard to read. Moonrise, illumination, and the rose, beauty. So the font at the bottom I find a little bit difficult to read, but hey, doesn't really matter. Crowned heart for love, the fountain for creativity, fidelity for the orange grove, and this is set 4 of the heart. Blackbird for grief, that's the lesson of the heart, and green woman, nature, evening star, inspiration, the raven. We're moving on. 5 is the mind. The raven is intellect at the start. Then we have the torch for intention. Okay, lighting the way. Thistle for pride. The shield is communication. The mask for deception. Prayer wheel for meditation. Spider for wisdom. Moving on to set 6, blessings, we have the cock for luck, the gargoyle as a guardian, the jewel for riches, the sun for recognition, snowflakes for ephemera, things that do not last, the dragon as prosperity, and the ruby cup for magic. I like that. And for this set of spirit, we have child spirit as potential, echo for reflection. Oh, isn't that just such a beautiful image? Apple blossom for renewal, Nazar for protection. I guess that's what's sometimes called the evil eye. It's beautifully done. Memento mori is the lesson of spirit, goodbye, an endings card. And alchemy, I mean, that so reminds me of some of the cards from the incidental tarot for transformation. And finally, the White Queen, hierophany, like hierophant, but the situation thereof. So these cards are truly beautiful. I really like the images, and I was going to say the simplicity, but I'm not sure. I mean, here we've got a red and a white flower, we've got some kind of corvid, we have stars, we have a crescent moon, we have clouds, we have a little hill, we have a golden seed, we have thorns on the red and white roses. So there's a lot in there, and yet it's also very small, very simple. The images speak to me a lot. I mean, apple blossom for renewal, that's just gorgeous. I like cherry blossom even better, but apple blossom is pretty close second, shall we say. And this idea of an echo or reflection. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a really great deck just to use as a regular kind of oracle with, drawing however many cards you choose to draw, and being inspired by the image and by the keywords. There are some very interesting, like ephemera. I don't think I've ever seen that in any other oracle deck, and it's a beautiful word and a beautiful idea that life is fleeting, but we should enjoy it all the more for that, I guess. It's kind of a bit like the memento mori, but on a smaller scale. The sun for recognition, which, it's like the idea of visibility and shining your light. So there's really so much here, and the images are very beautiful. I'm very much looking forward to playing with this deck, exploring it more. And I do like the idea the fives are always the lessons, so they're the more challenging cards within each set. So it is interesting that you have sets as such, though I don't think that you need to use that to enjoy these cards. I mean, isn't that just a beautiful overflowingness? That's 4 of the heart, step 7, the epiphany is the inspiration. And reading Holly's comment here, she says, the light of peace is shining upon you. You have reached a state of heart grace that is a reflection of divine love. Let this peace flow through you and inspire others. So the text is also very lovely, but for me it really is, the images are just so beautiful and expressive, and the keywords are very well chosen. I think this is going to be an absolutely wonderful moonrise. Wonderful deck to work with. Once again, the challenging card of the suit of intuition is the crypt slumber. Perhaps when we put our intuition on hold, when we close it down, when we lock it away. So yes, really beautiful ideas as well as images here for something that can be very deep in its readings. I'm looking forward to using this, and yeah, wonderful, beautiful artwork. Yes. So the backs are non-reversible. We have a sort of crescent moon at the top, a heart at the bottom, water below, sky and land above, and keys joining it all. It's kind of pale blue, quite grey scale in some ways. And the cards, obviously being small, fit very easily in the hand. They feel nice. They're certainly not over laminated or anything like that. They shuffle easily. Let's try a little riffle shuffle. So they ripple quite well as well. And yeah, they feel solid, not overly thick, but also not delicate. And the first card is the Orange Grove, Fidelity. Well, I have to say, I have faithfully said that the Incidental Tarot is in my top 10 tarot decks for, well, pretty much since it came out, actually. And I can imagine becoming a faithful admirer and user of this little deck also. That's it. Blessed be.